Only exporting single animation as R1. Alright. I'm actually going to also change that reload script. Not be so spammy in that log. Cool, okay, good. So we'll just be able to do that. So we just wrote sprite sheets and not game. We're looking for sheets SR sheets. Sheets SR1. Batsack. Sprite sheets. What? This is the import folder. So it's sprite sheets / sprite sheets. Alright. So this is the sprite sheet. We should just do like sprites. No, it's gonna be like this. Yeah, this is why I don't like when they hard code this sort of crap. It's like you can't change the actual export folder. And I don't want to do a bunch of file operations just for no reason. Alright, so we have SR1. Oh, give me a break. Like, what? Alright, well that should at least make our folders. Try to drag this script from Stone Age and make it actually like smart and useful. And this is Qt being a total pile of crap. Like, I remember this. Basically, you call makedir and then you call remove folder, and it like queues up a whole bunch of operating system tasks, which are all bullshit. And they're like, no, delete the directory and then make the directory. Like, do it synchronously. There is a reason I want to delete everything inside of a folder, and then make the damn folder again. Like, it's just that simple, you piece of garbage. God damn it. So I'm going to have to, like... Oh, this is so dumb. What is this? Can't find directory, line 1388? I cannot find characters, FATSAC. Well, we need SR1. Alright, so that did export. Let's see if it actually did export properly. We have SR1-sprites, which the images folders are not set up properly. What? FATSAC SR1. Alright. The JSON file is not going in there. It goes in export root, like so. And we need to set the root file name. Should be sprites, sprite sheets. So we need to pass in the sheet type to export animation data. Alright, that might do the trick. That doesn't seem to have done any of what I wanted to do. Alright. So this is in sprites. Why is our root directory wrong? Our root directory is... I thought I fixed that. All this disconnected crap that I had put together. Should have just rewritten this thing from scratch to begin with. Alright, Air 1 Sprites is got sprites, sprite sheets. It's got these 2 sprite sheets. Alright, so there'll be normals for sdig. These don't look like normals. They do now, though. Alright, well, let's see if this actually detects the normals. Yeah. So what is this thing saying? If the index is, if scene display does not equal unconnected display and index does not equal 6, or scene display length does not equal render display equals 6. Current display is top/nsdig. Oh, it's because I'm trying to render the wrong damn thing entirely. Yeah, that's just right. Alright, so sdig. So there are the normals, and we've got sdig normals as well, and we've got only one of those, and it matches up with sprites, sprite sheets, normals, sprite sheets. The normals do have the extra metadata though, which we don't need to have. So why do they have the metadata? Because we're passing it in. So metadata is null for this thing, as it should be. Well, what metadata is actually useful? The scene resolution stuff. So I got like metadata.mObjects equals 0. I mean, metadata was null because we didn't pass it. Let's see if we ever use that metadata. Only to pull objects out of, so if it's not there, we're probably fine. So let's just leave it blank, just because we don't need it. So let's see, can we make another display here? Oh, so SDEG has emissives. What's this thing getting angry about? Import characters fatsec SDEG emissive. It's because it's called emissives. Normals, emissives, 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 emissives. Yeah. So we'll export the sprites, we'll export the normals, we'll export the emissives. We need the pivots for these objects, to be honest. So we need to actually unnull these things. We need to just... They should all be there. Because we need the pivot. We absolutely need the pivot, yeah. Because we're going to read that, yeah, alright, that makes sense. Because we could actually have all sorts of rigging layer information inside of it, so we might as well. So let's say we only had the emissive as like just this eye. Is this gonna work? Let's take a look at what it actually looks like inside of this thing. So if you go inside of emissives, the sprite sheet is just these eyes. That's pretty cool, actually. We've got the normals, we've got the sprites, and they've got the eyes, and all that's there. And we'll be able to get separate UV coordinates for those textures and slap them on there, I think. All right, making progress then. So that's looking good. So how do we get the hand-painted normals in here? Well, I really just want an export. It'll be hand-painted normals. We can come to that when we come to that. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the other things here. One of the issues that we've got is we have to be on a display in order to figure out the end frame, I think, or something. I'd like to make it so you don't have to be on the right display to export what you want. And I'm trying to remember exactly why he forced you to be on the correct display. And I believe it's so because we're going along the timeline. So if you're on the wrong thing, then I can't find any of the information about the layers and the rigging stuff. But I think that might be false, because I think I can get all the objects in the scene based on their path. So I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. I'm back. And what we want to do here is want to view these objects. So there's like find node by name, find nodes by name. There's also like find nodes with hierarchy. So let's do like a hierarchy. And I think with this I'll be able to get rid of a bunch of this trash and make this better. Because that's what we're trying to do right now, is we're trying to make things better. Get all nodes in. Get all nodes contained by root. Alright, so var prefixes equals new array prefixes dot add dot push root dot to uppercase. So let's see. We are going to want to look for things that are inside of like sdig slash rigging slash. So it's going to be like top slash plus the animation plus slash rigging slash, I believe. So it'll be like var rigging nodes. So for var I equals 0, I is less than rigging nodes sub I plus plus message log.trace found rigging object rigging nodes sub I. And maybe we can make this a lot easier so you don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. 340. Prefixes is undefined. 340. Prefixes is undefined. Well, it certainly is not undefined. Yeah, it's down here. I was like, is there anywhere else where we call this? Well, we're gonna have actually render set to false here, and we need to debug exactly why we are not matching the prefixes. So let's do it. Let's find him. Alright, so we're checking. God, look at all these things we're checking. So we're checking sidle in against all this stuff. So I'm looking for is sdig rigging against rigging. Well, like, it's sdig / rigging is totally. I don't get it. What's going on here? Why aren't we finding like that length? The index of should definitely be in there. Check name index of prefixes sub j should be 0. Like that should just work. Okay, it is finding it. Okay, I'm just insane. Yeah, I worked out a lot of it. Yeah, before we had, I think we had finished a lot of that. We had figured out what was going on, and it was basically that the units were wrong, and we figured out why the units were wrong. The units were wrong because of animation 4x3 cell widths and crap like that were coming in and changing the definition of what the width was, because it's like, okay, there's like 24 by 24 grid, right? And then it was actually overriding that inside of Harmony. It was saying, oh, actually the left side is -9 and the positive side is 9, because you need to have a 4x3 screen. And so it was actually changing the math on us, and we did actually paint a picture with blood and find out what was wrong. And it was as I expected. After going through all that, was that literally Harmony was lying to me about where it was. The webmaster? I don't know why you would nickname me the webmaster. I don't master webs. I don't really do much with web. I don't do any web programming on this stream. Alright, so we've got all of our rigging objects. And these are nodes, so very bad old Danish film. Well, that's why I wouldn't know it. So let's check the documentation on this guy and see if there is something for node. Well, we need... And right now we're trying to simplify some of these things. So if layer is node blah, if layer is node, layer is column. So we have this column name, and the columns contain the values of stuff. So what I want to know is I need to get the columns for the actual things. We have layer to column. So I need to actually grab the columns by name. So I need to actually, so for every one of these things, I need to do like var linked column equals what? Node dot linked column, and this is the var node equals frigging nodes sub I. And then I need the attribute name. Returns the name of the column an attribute is linked to. So I think if we got like our position X or something, and this would be the actual linked column that we've got for the position X. And with a column, we can actually call get entry and column name and value. So let's see, what is get entry? Get entry is subcolumn and double is at frame, so let's just get at frame 0.